Hey there, fans. Welcome to another project update. This is where we give you an update on what we accomplished in the prior month, so last month, June. So let's go ahead and get into it. As usual, we'll cover what we completed, what's ongoing, what's next, and we'll talk about the special topics, talk about the scene that we posted in the prior month, get a little bit more detailed into that, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. As you guys know, we completed scene 18 and 17, or 18.1 and 17, the sound effects and the visual effects, which obviously we posted, and we'll continue to elaborate with more on the in our special topics section. Let's see, we also did the Primus tech spec that got loaded. If you have not seen it, recommend you checking it out. It's pretty cool. What's ongoing? Ongoing, we've got Scene 18 Destruction. Vicky's still working on that. She's just about done. Maybe another month or two and she should be all squared out. Ongoing is Scene 18.2, which I am working on, which is the next scene. We're at about 55% completion. It's heavy, it's intense. It's almost about 4 minutes long, just the scene itself, but it's a lot of action. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that, right? After that, what's next? We've got scene, obviously, 18.3. I haven't checked the time on how long 18.3 runs, and in addition to that, I also don't know how much editing I need to do on that. We could be doing scene 18.3 and 18.4 together, again, depending on the length of 18.3. I'll keep you guys posted next month as far as that goes. And then, obviously, we have to still do the sound effects and the special effects for 18.2, right? So here's the interesting part. I spoke with Nolan due to the fact that I am not finished animating 18.2. It's not even block animated. We have to strategize. We have to change our strategy. Normally what I do is I animate things or block animation from Vicky or Neil. And what I do is I give that off to I give that off to Nolan. And Nolan and James, what they do is they work on the audio as I smooth everything out as best as possible. And then once I give them the final version, they make whatever little tweaks. Here in this case, even the animatic we can't go by because I'm chopping that sucker down as I go along, right? And so what him and I are doing is every week that I make progress, I let him know. He downloads it from our drive that we have. And then he, because I don't want him to wait until I'm done for then him to get into the audio, right? I want him to start working on whatever I have and update as I update and go along. That way, we're not waiting final minute or scrambling last minute to get things completed, right? So that's what's happening next. Let's get into the special topics. And again, I'm still baffled because we posted scene 17 and 18.1 and it looks like it was phenomenal. Within 3 days, it got more views than scene 16 did by itself, right? And so I mean I'm happy about that. Obviously, it's right in line with I think it was scene 14, which got a lot of views. Still a puzzler why 16 didn't get a whole lot of views. Because again, it is action, but anyhow, it's still all good either which way. But yeah, it seems like you guys really enjoyed it. Obviously, the big reveal here is that Ratchet goes to the core of Cybertron, manages to find and access Primus himself, or at least the spirit of Primus, and he pleads with him. He's like, look, evil is on the rise, and so on and so forth, and Primus senses the unbalance that's happening in the universe, right? With the absence of Optimus Prime, and then the coming online of the Destructicons, the Anti-Primes. He senses all that. So he hears Ratchet's pleads, and what he does is he grants him his desire, right? He is able to, supernaturally bring Optimus Prime back from his sacrificial death, if you will, right? So for all of the fans that have been asking me, Optimus Prime, Optimus Prime, Optimus Prime, your question was just answered on scene 17. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. I'll add the link of that scene in the description below. So he's back, and obviously he comes back And he knows based on the things that are happening as far as what Ratchet's describing and kind of like, I guess, the information that Primus transferred over to him, he's like, I can't do this alone. So he heads on over to an area where Primus has visually shown him, and he goes and seeks the help of Megatron. So I know a lot of you guys are excited. I mean, that was the intent the entire time, so I don't want you guys to think that I switched up story. I haven't switched anything of my story. The only thing I've done is add little details here and there to wrap up loose ends. But my story has been written from way back when, 2014, and the intention was to bring him and Megatron in, but I wanted to keep it a secret and a surprise for all you guys, because I don't want to give everything all at once, and then when you see it, nothing shocks you, nothing surprises you, nothing lifts up your emotions, right? And that's what this is all about, is emotions, right? We want to convey these emotions that bring back the show, right? The original show, and we want that nostalgic feeling, if you will, right? I want to be able to invoke everything that the Prime cast did, those great and talented artists from Hasbro, and I don't recall the company that did the 3D animation, but we wanted to recapture that in our project. I was very, very clear with my team. It's like, listen, we want to do what those guys did and continue the story. I have a philosophy. If you have success, if there's success, if it's not broke, don't try and fix it, right? Don't try and check, because I mean, you guys, many of you guys may not know this, but you know, usually when there's a change of management, let's say, or a change of ownership, right? And whatever, it could be a department, it could be a small business, it could be whatever have you. You're going to get the person that's going to come in and do things the way they want it to be done, and they're going to switch things around. And let me tell you something. If you have success, you coming in and making changes is not really going to, I often, in my personal experience, I've seen it not go good. I've seen failure. Or I shouldn't say failure, but I've seen struggles and hardship, and eventually it could lead to failure, right? So again, if it's not broken, don't try and fix it. I get it. You want to come in, you want to do your own thing. That's great. But there's no guarantee that your thing is going to work out right. Right? It's a gamble. Right? You can take little things and add on, sure. But don't change the chemistry of what worked. Right? Essentially, anyhow. So Optimus Prime, Megatron are back. I urge you guys to keep on watching to see what happens next. Obviously, we in the next scene we'll continue from scene 18.1 to 18.2, and really pretty much 18 is really just the culmination of everything. So our entire focus is going to be in the events that are happening right now in that construction yard, that battle on Earth, the Autobots, the Decepticons, the Destructicons. Everything is zoning or zooming in to this last scene. So now, when the next scene gets done, we're going to do the last Saturday of the month. I think it's the 29th, if I'm not mistaken. Same time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Do it on YouTube. Nothing different. Our next tech spec is going to be Scourge. I missed him, so we'll do that somewhere around the middle of the month. And then just a reminder, guys, we still got our GoFundMe. It's slowing down. It's slowed down a great deal. Again, why do we need it? We need material. We need software, hardware, and we also need add-ons. Right? A lot of the special effects, we're purchasing these special effects because I honestly we don't have the time. We don't have the specialists to do particles and After Effects and stuff like that. So really, what we're doing is we're purchasing whatever special effects we can get that we can just drop on into our editing software, and doing the best that we can with what we have. So all of that helps. All of that helps us get the stuff that we need. Keep in mind, if you make your donation of 50 or more, if you make a donation, your name is going to be added into the credits, right, as a special thank you section. If you do 50 or more, What that does is not only does it get you there, but it also, when we're done rendering, you will be getting a Blu-ray from us as a thank you gift for helping us achieve and complete this project. So thank you, right? And that's what that is a thank you from us. You'll get your own Blu-ray from us. So a lot of cool stuff, right? Your involvement, be part of something that's really cool. Like a lot of people, and I think I answered this question in my Q&A session. Why am I doing this, right? And I'm going to elaborate. I don't think I did a good job elaborating that, but one of the things is that when I was a kid, when I was I've always been into art since I was a kid, since as far back as I can remember, maybe second grade, first grade. I always liked to draw, maybe even before that. But I think when I was a teenager and my dad took me to see the first Jurassic Park film, I'm dating myself. I looked at that and I said, wow, those dinosaurs look real. And I knew that I wanted to get involved into animating, and filmmaking, and so on and so forth. Life happened. Unfortunately, I put the carriage in front of the horse, and I did things out of order as I started to get into adulthood. I didn't stay focused on my school and my career the way I was supposed to. I got into a relationship and started a family really young, and prior to me being able to maintain a family on my own 2 feet. So I put the carriage in front of the horse, and I was never able to really fulfill my dream. I ended up working in corporate America, spent 10 and a half years at a company. I eventually ended up being dismissed. Unfortunately, there was a manager. I didn't have a blemish on my working career. I had built a really good reputation, and unfortunately, I got underneath a manager that just did not like me, and he targeted me and ended up firing me. It took him 7 months to do it, but he ended up, firing me, dismissing me, so on and so forth. So 10 and a half years went down the drain because somebody just didn't like me. So I took that opportunity to go back to school and finish my degree, which I did. But where I'm at in life with the family that I have, there's no way I can go move to California and somehow try and get into the industry. It's unfortunately too late for that. So, but my dream is still there. And so what I want to do is, part of the reason why I'm doing this is to fulfill my dream, right? To make a film. It might not be a legitimate, Paramount, Disney, ILM studio type thing, right? But it satisfies the dream that I had as a kid. So in part, I'm doing this to fulfill my dream as a kid and make a movie. And what better way to make a movie than to make a Transformers movie and to be the director of the helm and have it go the way that I'd like it to go versus having somebody dictate it to me. So you're helping me fulfill my dream, and for that I'm very thankful, and that's why you're going to get the thank you that you're going to get. That's pretty much it, guys. That's all I have for you. I know it's a quick video. Keep following us. Keep hanging with us. Don't forget to hit the like. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think so far, what you like of the scene, what you didn't like of the scene, right? What do you think is going to happen next? Give us your favorite parts of the scene. What did you like the most? The interactions. I read everybody's comments. I try to acknowledge and respond to everybody's comments, because I feel that if you guys are taking the time to watch and comment, the respectful thing that I can do is to acknowledge you and try and comment back. What I'm not doing is I'm not commenting on things that are irrelevant, unnecessary, or things that are just not adequate for what we're doing, right? So yeah, but I try and comment and respond to everybody. So if you can, leave us a comment and I will definitely respond to you guys. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to tune in midway through the month, and we will do our Scourge tech spec. Guys, until then, peace out till all are one.